Hello everybody and welcome back to my garden at Coup d'etat. We're going to start getting the garden ready for spring and summer. Yes, September, October. Maybe it starts getting really hot in August. So literally winter is June, July here in South Africa. A lot of stuff have to be pruned, a lot of stuff have to be cut back. The growing season has stopped at the moment. There's not really anything that's really growing. So I always take this opportunity to go through the garden bit by bit and do some serious maintenance. This is a moonflower or brugmansia. It's orange in color and last year it did really well. This year it's not looking altogether too good, so I've decided to cut it back seriously. But when I say cut, I really mean break it off, because it's a really soft wood. Keep in mind, it's not a tree, it is a shrub. So therefore, it's the hard bits of it, the woody bits of it, is not really that hard. It's not a wood, and it really breaks easily. I think in nature, strong winds, stuff like that will prune it the natural way, but because there's none of that here in the garden, we have to do it manually. As you can see, it's quite big, and I've sped this video up because I'm sure you don't want to watch me breaking this thing apart. You'll see there's some new shoots growing out, and it is literally the easiest thing just to break the old branches off. Some of them are already dead and really brittle, so it's easily to break it off and throw it down. That's all going to go through the mulcher at the end of the day, and I really want to clean it up. The bits that's so high up, it's not really necessary to try and get it down, as long as I can prune it back about between a third to a half. That should revitalize the plant. And while we're here, let me quickly show you my pawpaws. I've planted that one, but the others that grow in the garden are literally planted by birds, and I've just left them. Every now and again we get a troop of monkeys that come through, and I'm thinking they are looking for the pawpaws, and then they take a few bites, throw it to the ground and move on. Little bit of a nuisance, but that's life. Although we are in the middle of town, monkeys, the blue vivid monkey, they can become a problem, but we are just dealing with it. Here's some more pawpaw trees. Unfortunately, as they grow very tall, it becomes difficult to harvest, and eventually I'll just cut them off. And here's the last one here. This piece of the garden was done over recently, so it's not looking at its best. But here are the last of the pawpaw trees. Let me quickly show you this just out of interest. This thin little stem here is a moringa tree, also known as the miracle tree. And the reason it looks so scraggly is because the lories love it. In 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they sit and they eat the seeds, the flowers, whatever they can find. That's why there's not much growth on it. The leaves can be used as a spinach. It is good for so many things, and you can find dry moringa at your herbal stores, and it really is good for so many things. If you grind the seeds up, and you can use it to sort of purify water as a sediment. Moving on, here's my gardener. He's helping me today, just trying to clear this. Just quickly have a look on the left-hand side where we're working. I want to redo this bed. So I'm going to show you at the end of the video what it looks like, and maybe you've got an idea what I can do. This is a clerodendron. I didn't plant it here, it just grew, it came up by itself. It's growing literally through a crack in the concrete. It is such a pretty thing, but it is kind of messy. It is a creeper, but it doesn't send out tendrils to hang on or grow up into the trees or up pillars or whatever. These are the flowers. It's really pretty, and it's almost flowering the whole year round. Just look how beautiful this is, bright red. Let me show you up close. Quite stunning. So we just cut that back, and there we've cleaned it up, looking so much better. I want to propagate it and maybe plant it on the fence so that it can creep up the fence, and I can clean it up here, but we're not really using that space for now, so it's fine. It looks pretty. It also covers the floor area in this area, so the sun doesn't bake the floor and the house doesn't get as hot. So for now I'm just going to leave it, just make sure that it looks clean and tidy. Here's another view of the flowers. Really, really pretty. Not sure that you can grow this in a pot or indoors. Here it gets at least half a day full sun. And then the little flower buds down here at the bottom, it's almost little purple. And look at the bright green emerging leaves. I would highly recommend, if you have space for a clerodendron in the garden, get yourself one. Okay, and this is another Brugmansia or moonflower. Obviously the reason why it's called moonflower is at night or in the evening when it makes these trumpet-like flowers. By the way, this is an orange one. It is a really sweet, fragrant smell that you can smell from it. Really beautiful, but not that much during the day, but at night or when the moon is out, it's a really, really fragrant flower. Again, I'm just going to take sort of half of it off, also just so that it doesn't hinder when you walk on the walkway. I think that's enough, a lot that's been broken off here. Let me quickly show you this that's in flower, a bromeliad. I think I bought it at one of the hardware stores. Really pretty. It's really good for indoors, and it's so easy to grow. Unfortunately, I think bromelias has sort of fallen out of favor. It was a couple of years ago, it was the plants to have. Also, this is a Besseae Anthurium that's standing outside. This is Boloanum that's in the way. Here I want to show you my Magnificum. This leaf unfortunately got damaged when there was branches or little twigs falling on it when it was emerging, but it's really stunning. And this is the one more verrucosum that I have in a pot. I need to plant this out. They're doing so well here outside, but I haven't really decided on a space for it yet. And that's just the Vanbachia and some other odd plants that's standing around. Okay, going to clean this up and then put it through the mulcher. This is the front of the house, or the entrance, not really the front. I know this is a penny creeper. It is part of the ficus family. It is a really strong creeper. We haven't done any maintenance here for quite some time. So what I'm going to do is just cut it back. You'll see on top it really pushed out long shoots. Those must all be cut back. give it a good haircut, and also it's almost overgrown these little red bromelias. So once I cut it back and give it a good haircut, then it'll look so much better again. When I planted it this 20 years ago, this was obviously all in full sun, that's why it creeped around it. But now that it's in shade, it's not doing that well. Don't really know how to handle it. Obviously this is the southern side of it, so there's not much that's really going to grow there. I tried to put some bromelias in there, but not even the bromelias have grown. And here again I speed up the video, and you can just see how much better it looks when it's getting a good haircut. It's nice and flat against the wall, clings to the wall, and it just gives it a really tidy look when you cut this whole thing off. Quite a bit of work, but it is just going to look so much better once we've done. Also the inside, this is a courtyard. I'll show you what the inside of the courtyard looks like, which we haven't pruned for some time as well. So we're going to prune that as well, just getting on the ladder to do the top part. Once it's pruned back, I'll show you what the results look like. Okay, we've done, look at the amount of leaves and little stuff that I cut off. You'll see, you can now actually see the bromelias. It looks a little bit better. Quite a lot of leaves and branches that we've cut off. Even on this side here. The rest that you can see up there on the left, I'm going to go on the inside and I'll show you. Oh, this is the inside of the courtyard. Drastically needs a haircut here. And you can see it has grown really well. It's a very easy grower. And then of course there is also a tree fern that is growing there next to the building, next to the outside shower. Going to clean that up as well. And there you can see after we've cleaned it up, there is a bamboo. Look how similar the leaves of bamboo looks to that of the penny creeper. Two plants that really goes well together. And of course, there we put everything through the mulcher. We got a little bit of stuck. By the way, I overheard a guest saying the other day, I don't know what magic this man has, I want to know what it is, referring to the garden. Why does the stuff grow so much? Well, here's the magic in front of your eyes. We do not throw any garden stuff away on this property. It all gets either composted or go through the shredder, and I use it as a mulch. I do not like, and I cannot stand it when people sweep and blow the leaves away so you can see the red soil. That's probably the worst thing that people can do. You know what, if you just, even if you don't have a mulcher or a shredder, just take your lawnmower, especially with leaves, and just run your lawnmower over it, let the lawnmower shred it, and then just rake it up and throw it into the garden. It is just magic. That's where my magic comes from. Here we are, done on this side, cleaned it up, looking so much better. You see now we also cut it on the inside so you don't see these long shoots on top anymore. These bromelias, I've never planted them up there. They have over the years made it all the way to the top. Really a great grower. If you've got any idea what I should do at the back here where the Buddhas are, what I can plant that's so in the shade there, or an epiphyte, I don't know. It's southern side, so it's the cold side. There's not much sun, not much light. This is the entrance to the one room. Clean that all up. And let's just go into the room and then through the room to the courtyard. Okay, and there you go. Look how much better that looks. And look at this huge trunk of the tree fern. It is really taking over. All neat, all tidy, ready for another season. And we've almost come to the end of this video. If you have watched this far, please like, please subscribe. I would really appreciate if you also leave a comment. I'm just going to show you a last little bit of a piece of garden that maybe you've got some ideas what I can do there. But thank you very much. And this is it, where I spoke about earlier, this on the right hand side. This papyrus stuff, it served its purpose. It's becoming untidy. That palm that's grown there, I've never planted there. And this needs to change. I need to create some privacy. I've got a few ideas what to do. I can't plant anything that's high because it will obscure the solar panels from the sunshine, so that's not going to work. But the papyruses must go. Had enough of it. They grow too tall, they look untidy, and I think I've got better things. I've got nicer plants that I can grow here. So again, thank you very much. If you've reached this far, you've watched all the way to the end. And the next video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. But if you have any ideas, let me know. I will appreciate it. Have the great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.